Alright, today we're sitting in the 2018 Hyundai Elantra Sport. This is actually my personal car, since I figure I want to do car reviews. We might as well start with the cars that we have readily available. So, here's my 2018 Hyundai Elantra Sport. I've had it for 4 years now, and it's a good all around. It's a 8-speed dual clutch transmission from a inline 4-cylinder that produces 201 horsepower with 195 pound-feet of torque. I think that's correct. I don't know too much about cars, but I plan to learn on the go and as I review things and drive a little bit more cars. I have driven more than just this car, obviously, but we just want to get the reviews out of the way. So, first off, first impression is the first thing that I saw when I bought this car was the D-cut steering wheel. It caught my eye immediately. I'm a big fan of steering wheels like this. They obviously put the red line in the wrong place. I see a lot of people saying that. Doesn't really bother me too much. You have your very basic interior. There's nothing special about this year's or this version's interior. It's very simple. It hasn't. I don't think it's changed so much from the base Elantras that you can get. I think it's more engine changes that you get with the upgraded Elantra here. So you have your heated driver and passenger seats. You have your heated steering wheel. You have your drive mode. So you have normal, eco, and sport. Obviously, sport being the most fun. We have our blind spot monitoring over here. You can turn it on or off. This is pretty much the most advanced kind of tech piece that we have in here. You don't really have your lane keep assist or like front warning collision, nothing like that. It's all pretty bare bones, but very simple, very easy to use. It's all analog. There's nothing in the touchscreen besides your Apple CarPlay, the general stuff. You have all your menus here. I believe it came with Sirius XM. It does exactly right here. Sirius XM, if you have a subscription, you can go ahead and use that on here. I, however, don't. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, excellent. You have your aux cable, two 12-volt chargers here, the aux cord, USB here, USB in here. You can't see it because it's a bit of a disaster. We can also come over here to our center console here, and you'll see that you have a bunch of different menus. You can see it doesn't have the feature that I know most current Elantras have, where when you switch the songs, it'll actually tell you. You actually have to flip over and go into here, but it's still there nonetheless, so not bad. The car isn't too bad on gas mileage. You can see here, just doing average city driving around my little town here. It's a 6.4 liters for 100 kilometers, so not too bad. Obviously, I'm driving in normal mode, eco mode. I'm not really pushing sport on the street, and when I do, which we'll do a little bit in this video, you'll notice it's going to go up just a little bit. So we'll hop out here and we'll take a look at the outside of the car. So I went with the electric blue. I figured if we're going to have more of a sporty car, we should probably go with a color that stands out just a little bit more. You have your daytime running lights on the bottom. Those are constantly on. The headlights are currently off. It's getting dark out. It's kind of the evening here in Quebec. You can see some of my air conditioner coolant leaking. That's completely normal. So here we have the rear of the car. Let me just get in the bush here. Oh, I gotta choose better parking spots. So here we have the rear. You have your twin exhaust pipes and your rear diffuser. I'm not sure exactly if that does anything or what, but it's there nonetheless. We're standing right here. It just rained, so you'll mind these spots, the water spots. So here's the trunk. Decent enough trunk space to do all your whatever you need, really. I mean, I don't haul a lot of big things, so you got my winter mats in the back there. Decent amount of rear passenger space as well. I'm about 5'11", so I fit quite nicely with all my garbage in here. It's a bit of a squeeze because the passenger seat isn't fully back, but as you can see, we fit perfectly fine. I quite like it, actually. Here's the dog seats. It's a good family car. Very good family car. These are actually additions that I put on myself. They actually do not come with the car. I just got them at like a little car sale thing. So let's hop back into the front seat and give for a drive. Ooh, easy to get out of as well. I'm not sure what the size tires, but these are actually real vents here. Yeah, these are actually real vents here. They actually do go, the air does actually flow around the wheel well here, so excellent. No colored big Brembo brakes, nothing like that. You have your nice little turbo badge there in the front, and yeah, you have your turn signals on the mirrors as well, so overall quite nice. So let's hop back in and go for a little drive. So I'm going to do a little quick drive here, not too much, don't want to spend too much time. This is, like I said, this is a car that I've owned for 4 years, and I find that so far maintenance has been not so costly. You know, it takes the regular, there's nothing special about the oil required, nothing like that. You'll mind my GPS, I just moved and I don't know the area so well, but it's quite a nice little city commute drive that I like to do. So we're just going to drive to just kind of like a random location kind of in the city center. Anyways, so yeah, there's not really a lot of high maintenance to do. In the winter, the car is slightly, I want to say it's slightly unstable. I think it really is going to depend, and I guess you could say this with all cars, it's going to depend on your winter tires. At the beginning of this car's life, I had really, we'll say, terrible winter tires, and then I kind of spent a little bit more money and got the upgrade for some better winter tires, and that completely changed everything. So winter tires, invest in those. It's definitely a must with a car like this. It's front wheel drive only. There is no four wheel drive option available in this car. So you're really kind of stuck with what you see is what you get kind of thing. But in terms of handling and driving, there is no kind of thing where I can customize the engine and the steering. Obviously, I prefer the sport steering myself. I like the stiffness, and the throttle response obviously is much better. But in terms of like just general ride quality, you do feel the bumps quite a lot. I feel the car is kind of a little bit lower than some of the other Elantra models that you see on the market right now. I believe they changed the suspension for this version of the Elantra. I think the 2019s and the Veloster all have the same kind of 201 horsepower producing engines. I'm pretty sure they've kept the same kind of engine the whole way through. So yeah, like I said, the ride is okay. We're gonna pop into the fun mode here a little bit, and immediately, the second you put it into sport mode, the car becomes alive. It truly lives up to its sport name, which is actually really fun. Oh, we have a train crossing here. I wonder how that's going to affect things. It immediately becomes fun. The throttle response changes. The car kind of wakes up a little bit, and you really get to feel the speed of everything. So we're stopped at this train thing. Okay, that's good timing. So generally, I'll talk about the seat comfort, since we're kind of stuck sitting here for potentially a little bit because of this train crossing. The seat comfort, I really like the bolstering on the seats. They're quite nice. You have this sport that's embroidered here as well. It's quite nice. It hugs you quite well, versus like the base version of the Elantra. I don't think it has this nice leatherette. It's obviously not real leather. This leatherette kind of feel to it. You can also pop this car into its manual mode, and you can use your paddle shifters that are, I mean, the quality of the paddle shifters are, we'll say, not great. It's completely plastic, and you know, you still get the nice clicky, but it's not the premium kind of thing that you'd maybe see on an Audi. I noticed this car too has like a little bit of Audi-ness to it. I don't know if it was designed by somebody who used to work at Audi or something like that, but it does have a lot of like the design concepts that you'd maybe see in like an Audi A4 or something like that. Alright, now that we're back from that train crossing, we can continue on our way here. So in terms of like exhaust sound, exhaust note, stuff like that, you don't really hear too much. It's kind of like a cold start in the morning that you're going to hear the exhaust from the car, but it does have a nice little rev to it, a nice little kick to it as well when you really give it the juice. So actually, when you can drive the car like that, which honestly isn't very often, given a lot of the driving that I do is in city streets, but this car, I actually haven't had the chance to drive it on a track, but this car on a track would be mighty, absolutely mighty, I think. I think it would be fun to throw it around in corners. I think it would be an absolute blast to hang around in. It'd be a great place to be. So yeah, overall, great purchase. I believe I bought this car, or I financed this car for 29,000 Canadian. I'm not sure if at the time that was above or below MSRP, but I recently went and got this car appraised by a dealership just to kind of, I was just checking to see what the options were. Nothing. I didn't really intend on doing anything too crazy. Out of just, let's just see what we can get for this kind of thing. And they offered me 15,500 Canadian as well for it. So all in all, that's not too bad. I feel like the car in that case has actually held its value more than it's maybe lost it, which was actually good news. It was actually good to hear that I didn't lose value in my vehicle. I actually kind of kept the value. So I'm gonna just go ahead and park it up here. That's pretty much it. I didn't want to take too much time with this one, just because it has already been reviewed many times by many other people, but I kind of just wanted to make this, as I believe that is another 2019 Elantra driving by. I just kind of wanted to make this a quick one just to kind of introduce the channel, and I'm going to be doing more reviews, maybe more in depth. Let me know what kind of things you want to see on the channel, what kind of cars you want to see me review, if you want to see me do any kind of challenges, anything like that. I'm interested in it all. And we're also going to be talking about some tech when we get our hands on things like Tesla, Polestar, all the electricity stuff. I'm also open to reviewing iPhones, iPad, there we go. Anything like that, any type of phone, computer, PC, I'm into it all, and I'm trying to combine both worlds. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.